Okay, JR. No, wait. Lonnie and I have been doing this stud show for over 8 years. We've had a lot of prep and a lot of work to get things set up. You're telling me that we don't have to do that anymore, it's all automated. I don't get it.
I mean, I didn't want to tell you because I enjoy all the hard work you've been putting in, but we're at a point now in 2021 where Alexa will do almost everything.
I don't buy it.
Let me show you. Lonnie, you want to start?
Sure, we can turn the lights off. I'd love to try. Okay. Alberta, turn off the lights.
Yeah. That was close. That was good. But Alexa is very intuitive, and you have to call the right name. Alexa, let's go one more time. I think you can do it.
Alberta, turn off the lights.
How about I show you what it can look like with some of the other folks we got here today?
All right.
Izzy and I are big coffee drinkers, and he uses Alexa to pour coffee, right? How do you get your coffee in the morning, Izzy?
Alexa, fix me an iced coffee, please. Extra espresso.
And it's coming out of the fridge? Mm-hmm. So we already know how to get coffee. Luke, I think we can use it for the microwave.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Alexa, heat up my Roman noodles.
I take what
What's wrong with Yeah, right.
It's my favorite meal.
Y'all scare me with
Tony,
that.
kitchen sink, right? That's controlled by Alexa.
Alexa, I need 64 ounces of water.
Whoa, that can do that too.
Can you believe that? And not just water from the sink, right? Water from the pot filler?
The pot filler. Alexa, please give me 2 cups of water at 150 degrees.
Okay.
It's an amazing way to incorporate technology in these new homes.
I'm impressed.
So you want to try one more time? You think you got it now?
Alberta, turn off the lights.
All right, I can't do.
Okay, guys, we got to start the show. You're telling me you can get
I'll keep working on Lonnie here. We'll get it figured out.
Welcome to Between the Studs. We are Granite Ridge Builders, custom builders serving northern Indiana, northwest Ohio, and also parts of southern Michigan. We have been building custom homes for almost 2 decades, and we're really passionate about what we do. So join us today as we explore the processes, the trends, and also tips that characterize today's new home. Thanks for watching.
Okay, JR, so you're telling me that today everything was automated. In other words, the camera, the lights, what else did you have automated in this house that I don't need to worry about?
We literally even have it down to the kitchen sink. It'll pour exactly the right measure amount of water you want out of the kitchen sink.
Can this do the stud show for us too?
It works great as long as you don't keep calling it Alberta.
Lonnie.
I don't know. Hey, welcome back. We're glad you've joined us today. You know, we've had a big response on new trends in today's new homes for 2021. And so we're going to continue the theme today as we talk about gadgets and new trends and things that we're putting into new homes.
Well, we're out here in Tullymore Run out in Leo, and this has to be one of my favorite houses that's going to stand the test of time here for the next several years because this house is a modern style, but it is even different than what you think of as a modern style. It's warm, it's comfortable, it's cozy, it's open. I mean, everything that you could possibly want in modern. I know a lot of people have referred to it as similar to Frank Lloyd Wright design, and so there are so many features that I'm incredibly excited to talk to you about because we put all of those trends here in this house for you to come out and see.
One thing I love in this house that you don't have to build a modern home to incorporate this. We're doing this in all of our homes is the big windows.
Oh, yeah.
Really, the whole rear of this home is almost glass.
Yeah.
So floor to ceiling windows, and they're not broken up. You can see we've got windows that are 6 feet wide. So where you may have 3 windows that equal 6 feet, this is 1 window. And they're also black.
When it's a 10-foot ceiling,
yes.
And think about it, it does not look bad with all that window either because we had such height.
Right, and we bring the outdoors in and we incorporate that as well with the slider doors. We have 3 huge slider doors on the rear of this home.
We forgot to mention with all the technology, that includes our blinds and window treatments for all those big pieces of glass as well. Yeah.
So Elizabeth, I think what you're saying is it's the word of the century, this year especially, is what? Glass?
Yes.
I remember Frank Lloyd Wright even took corners and made corner windows, which was unusual to me, but I am seeing that in a lot of these homes, and especially the modern ones too.
I like entertainment rooms. That's another trend. Sometimes we call them sunrooms. Sometimes on our plans we call them flex rooms because they can provide various needs in the home to the homeowner and their family. But the entertainment room often has a wet bar or even a little kitchenette, a place where you're going to watch TV and entertain. Very popular today.
And Lonnie, you're talking about those televisions. We're not talking about just one TV anymore.
Oh, no.
We might be talking a wall full of 4, 5, 6. all still controlled by that Alexa.
Well, in your guys' entertainment room, Lonnie, you mentioned usually has a wet bar, but those wet bars are being put in other spots besides just entertainment rooms or kitchens. We're seeing them in master suites and spa areas. We're seeing them in your home offices. I mean, really, there's a lot of different uses for wet bars and coffee bars, or just any that extra space for entertaining, or that you don't have to go all the way to the kitchen for some of those needs. I mean, some of them are even dry bars right now. If you have a little mini refrigerator and a countertop, that's all you need. If you want to add the sink for a little bit more, then you can. But I mean, really, it's just having that dedicated space for whatever you're looking for in those rooms.
So not a lot of cost.
No,
Jot
I
that
mean,
down for me,
yeah,
will ya?
it's great.
Well, a big trend for 2021 and in this modern home is floating.
Yeah.
So floating shelves or hanging. Our faucets are hanging in the bathrooms. Our toilets are hanging. I love that.
Well, so you can clean underneath them.
You
That
can
makes
clean
a lot of
underneath
sense.
them. So
Yeah, it does.
a lot of things, even we have a little bit of a hearth on our fireplace, and that
Floating.
again is floating.
So floating shelves, what else? The toilets, what
about
else?
stairs? We've done a few
Oh,
where
yeah.
the stairs almost look like they're floating, and it's been an interesting shift in 2021 going here is location of stairs, and then kind of making the stairs maybe a little bit more hidden, maybe not having that big long balustrade of wrought iron, but having it more in a more inconspicuous area and hiding it. So we're seeing a shift in location, but also a shift in material and how it
And you know, one thing
finishes
I've
out.
noticed when you said that is when you talk about a floating stairway, that means the tread is the only thing you see, so it's just that one linear line. But I've noticed it feels like it's disappearing because all you see is just those treads,
Right.
not the risers. So I do agree that is probably a very big trend in modern.
Well, with all these things floating, we need to have a way to light them too, so you really see and experience them. So tape lighting, rope lighting, all of those kinds of things, all these accent lighting is really huge, and especially in modern design as well.
When you talk about lighting things up, let's talk about things you can't see at all. And what I mean by that is obviously we talk about comfort. What about the indoor air quality? So for the longest time, we used to talk about efficiencies of furnaces and how much money are they going to save. Well, now we're also talking about how healthy is the indoor air. And we have spent many hours researching what is the best products out there, and we can treat the air with ultraviolet lights. Plasma is some of the things we're using, electric air purifiers. So come talk to us if you want to know about that. But all these things can help fight coronaviruses as well as other viruses that are in the air, and just make things smell better and smell fresher and make you more comfortable in the space.
I'm going to say that could be one of the top trends, especially because of last year and what we've gone through. That could be one of your top trends this year and maybe even in the future.
One thing that I've seen change a lot, especially in the open floor plans, to use a new word, it's wallscaping. We're seeing different materials being put on the walls. We're seeing quartz and Cambria, and we're seeing what looks like flooring. Wallpaper right now is becoming huge.
Uh-oh, Lonnie.
It's nice now.
Wallpaper looks amazing.
Not like what you
now.
remember.
Flashbacks over there.
We're not talking shag green carpet that's this thick kind of
all right,
wallpaper
okay.
design,
That's
but I
cool.
mean, there's just so many things that they're doing to really set off what is what room by the walls.
I think one of my favorite new wall features is the fireplaces and how they're changing.
Yeah.
And Kayla, you picked an amazing fireplace for this home.
I'm telling you what, when we were looking at fireplaces, I didn't know what to do because there's so many great options out there, and they're getting larger. So in here we have, I think, a 72-inch fireplace. They go all the way up to 100 and some odd. It depends on whatever you're looking for and whatever space that you have. They're going to fill that space with a fireplace unit. They're linear. I love the glass rock design. You can have driftwood in them. Super cool, but that's not just the inside, the outside too. We're doing a lot more linear fireplaces, vent-free outside, outdoor fireplaces with that outdoor living. And it's not even just in the great room. We're doing master bedroom fireplaces, basement fireplaces, just again, having that extra comfort and warmth in different entertaining spaces.
Now, it used to be that these fireplaces were mostly gas operated, but not wood burning. Is that correct?
It used to be. I've seen a few wood burning come back. It's just, the waves keep going back and forth. It's interesting.
I think part of that reason is everybody's been inside for so long, and that coziness of that warmth has really been popular. So you're right. I think we have seen another trend this year. I think the wood burners are coming back in, guys.
It's just one more way to bring those natural materials outside, inside the home.
And that smell. Oh,
Can't beat
The
that.
sound, the crackling. I
Nothing
mean,
better.
You can't get better than that.
Well, now, Kayla, you mentioned the outside, and we talked about all of these patio doors. So on this house, we have what we call a twin veranda, shed roof veranda. And what we're noticing on some of the outdoor things is landscaping. So we're noticing that we're creating more multi-space outdoor living. So like in this case here, we have one patio that might be used more for like relaxing and reading. Then we have another one that has a fire table, maybe more for entertaining. But between that, we have some walking paths, you know, that are from natural material. But then we've also incorporated the fire, as I mentioned, but then water features too. The landscaping is kind of becoming artwork in and itself. It's not just enough to throw some mulch down and some plants, but really taking some time to lay that out and think of how everything flows together and how it feels so natural.
I've seen a lot of your concrete. You've been adding more stone or rock on the sides of it.
Yep.
And you're also breaking up even the walks with just blocks, just concrete blocks rather than have that one piece.
Yep.
I got a question for Lonnie. Lonnie told me a really good statistic before I saw this. Last year, we did about 400 and some odd homes. What was the percentage you said that you thought we did of covered or verandas or some kind of outdoor living?
60, 70%.
That's a lot.
Wow.
Huge number. Huge
That's
number.
about 200 to 300 of that outdoor living. So that is really popular.
So you mentioned what we were walking on the outside, but that made me think of what we're walking on the inside. And flooring still is probably the #1 topic that we talk about in decorating, and for everybody, just how you to take care of it, what materials are you going to use. So of course we've talked about the trend that hard surface flooring is throughout the house, mostly maybe carpet in the bedrooms, but the type of material, we're still really popular with those vinyl planks or those resilient planks, just for that waterproof feature. It's economical, so we really like that. And what I think is a huge trend is the wood looking pattern in bathrooms now.
Yeah.
That's all we see still too, and that's a really popular trend that's going to continue. But what's funny is we're taking, we're making vinyl look like wood, but now we're going to do tiles in the vinyl because we still want that tile look, and we're going to just do it in a vinyl because it's warmer on our feet. People want some warm floor and they don't like the cold of tile. So it's just amazing how all the products go back and forth for the trends.
But for all those old people watching this show, I'm going to tell you, I still think carpeting's in. And what I mean by that is, in the great room, I still think that carpeting deadens that sound a little bit and gives you that warm feeling. But I do agree with you, almost every other area, that hard surface is.
It's a big concern with taller ceilings too. That echo on that hard surface flooring really wants to bounce, and that carpet will really make a big difference.
That's why you have area rugs.
It's true, and rugs are huge right now when you're coming to decor. So with one thing to consider are rugs, but then also your furnishings. So a lot of people are going for warmer materials, more pillows, and things like that, just to have that fabric. And that's why you see a lot of the lighting now is even more fabric based and things like that, just to have that warmth and absorption and sound.
Lonnie, you talked about the increase in verandas. The biggest increase I've seen over the last few years is locker systems. They're in almost every house we do.
Yeah, and what I like about the lockers too is there's so many different types that you can do. For my house, I want something that keeps the clutter hidden. For other people, they might be able to display it more, but it depends on what you're storing away. You can put doors on it, you can put multiple cubicles, lots of different ways to use that for
Wait,
storage.
Izzy, how many kids do you have again?
I'm still only at 4.
Okay.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? Still only at 4.
I think that's part of the reason you need that hidden somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. This home's a great example of that too. The lockers in here have doors and they have drawers, and it continues throughout the other storage in this home. When you go into the laundry room, the pantry, the master closet, these storage areas are a great solution to make storing your stuff look better. So the master closet has extra lighting on the rods. We have some pull-outs, so you don't have to have as much furniture in your room, and you can have it hidden in these
or
closets.
it allows you to put more furniture in your room. If you want just a nice sitting space in that
Right.
master bedroom, when you've got this kind of storage unit put in your closet, it lets you do more in that master bedroom just for comfort and a nice sitting space.
And we're seeing this even extend to the garage. So this type of storage, our trade partner is doing a lot of this in the garage. So storage is going to be huge for 2021.
And one thing great about what we have here at Tullamore is we have multiple houses that show multiple examples of all of those storage opportunities for people.
Now, you guys mentioned a few things to also expand on, and you mentioned taller ceilings, and this house is 10 foot. Now, we really have to talk about kitchen trends, and ceiling height makes a huge difference when it comes to kitchen trends. Our cabinets are getting taller, so you really want to fill up this space. Some people might not want any space above their cabinets, and so really talking about how you're going to have your storage and how you're going to do the height of those cabinets is huge. But then that also goes to what you see behind us. We have just the fun trends in 2021. We love the waterfall countertops, the glass doors. So again, all sorts of different features that you can do in your kitchen, but we can't, I mean, there's so many different options. I think we do a lot of them right now in 2021. And I mean, really anything goes. And that's the fun thing, is that any style is popular right now.
Oh, wait, you just said storage, storage, storage.
Yep.
But yet right behind us, floating shelves.
Yeah.
That
exactly.
makes no sense.
It doesn't. But,
But yeah, it does. You have
But
a
we have a
huge
huge
pantry.
Oh, this thing-
There you go.
It's not huge, it's a room.
With a lot of storage capabilities in that pantry, with pullouts and shelves and everything, electrical outlets. So we still have it.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
just hidden.
And then you can just tell Alexa to hit the switch and it turns into a bowling alley.
And what about chef appliances, guys? I mean, those are huge too. The range hood, the range that we have here, those are so popular, and it's really fun for entertaining.
Okay, speaking of that, outdoor kitchens. Last year, that was a very popular trend, including some outdoor fireplaces, but the outdoor kitchens have become extremely popular. Okay, we got to talk about architectural styles for 2021. You know what? I know we've been talking about modern a lot, but I have still seen farmhouses that are still in. Is that still true?
Yeah, I think what we're seeing is more of an eclectic or a twisted version of modern. Modern, there's so many different versions. Let's cover just a few of them.
One of my favorites is the modern coastal, where it gives you that feel like you're at the beach or at the ocean, but it has all the nice modern finishes.
Maybe the modern lodge look, which is very popular now.
I like
I
those.
do too.
Tried and true, modern industrial, all the way through for me. I still love that.
I love the modern rustic, and we have kind of a version of that out here.
Yeah.
I love the modern prairie look, still taking some of those influences from Frank Lloyd Wright, but then putting today's twist on
I
it.
think that's your favorite architect now, isn't it?
I think so, must be.
So too.
And my favorite is modern Mesian, and if you're looking for a great example of what that is, if you go down to the new Promenade Park, the pavilion there is considered modern Mesian.
That's beautiful.
Well, guys, we've been talking about all these amazing features in this house, but I think we really need to go take a look and dive into more of them, because there's so many we can't even sit here and talk about all of them in one sitting. So I want to go explore and take a look at all of them.
All right, let's break off into twos
All
and
right.
we'll demonstrate.
Let me show you how to use Alberta.
Well, we are in one of the hottest spaces to entertain in this home. This is typically a sunroom or a flex room, and we've turned this into a space to entertain.
It is. There's a lot of components that you can fit into a small space, and each of them can have a little bit of meaning, a little bit of purpose, and that's definitely what we've done so well in this space.
We think this is going to be a big trend for 2021. Last year, we weren't able to gather. We couldn't have our friends over. We're still getting out of that. And so I think gathering and entertaining is going to be huge in the near future. So we're ready for that right here in this space.
A couple of the things here that I like, we've got a built-in ice machine. That's one of my favorites. Again, good ice can be such an asset to any kind of party. So having your own ice machine is definitely one of the first components that I like in a bar space like this.
This is an awesome wet bar. Now, you usually see them in a basement, lower level, but we're in a ranch on a slab. So this is on the main level. You don't see that very often, but we think it's going to be huge. I love this space. You have a lot of extra cabinetry. We have a raised bar here, so your friends can gather at the bar stools. And then there's a lot of unique features in here, especially the lighting. We have under cabinet lighting, and then we also have it in the toe kick. So I know you can't see that right now, but there's lighting down here, which is a nice accent. And we've done other neat things in this room too, as well as this wet bar. We have a beamed ceiling, which is spectacular, wallpaper, of course the natural light between the slider door and the windows on the side. And then Izzy, finally, it leads you right out to the outdoor living.
To be able to go right outside and enjoy the exterior of the home is such a great asset to any space, especially the sunroom. Again, natural light. It's a wonderful space. So for 2021, open concept is still going to be big. It's been a huge trend for quite some time with new construction. And we can expect it to continue through 2021.
Absolutely. However, Izzy, we're going to make a few changes to the open concept.
Okay.
You know, one big change is that a lot of people are home, so they still want that separate space. You know, we want the open concept for entertaining. We want to be with the family, especially with being home. But we would like the little sunrooms, flex rooms, other spaces that are off to the side a little bit so that we can shut the doors and work or do our own thing too. But how are we going to make those spaces, the open concepts, a little bit different this year?
The big trend is going to be seeing differentiation between the ceiling, the way different things look. Or we could do a cathedral ceiling, we could do a beam ceiling, we could do even some painted ceilings we've done in the past, a couple different ideas like that. So having a little differentiation in the rooms to give some separation of space.
Absolutely. You know, I love if you would walk into from your foyer, you could see a tray ceiling or some beams in the great room, but then you transition to the kitchen and you have a flat ceiling where the cabinets go all the way to the ceiling, or like you said, some beam work and things like that. There's so many different ways you can play around having that open concept, but still making it feel like separate spaces. And you can do that with furniture as well.
Another big question to ask yourself when the open concept comes to mind is whether you like it lined up so that you could have a great room, a nook, and then your kitchen, or if you prefer to have the nook and the kitchen lined up with the great room opposing it. So there's one flow that they all kind of go together, one where the nook is a little bit more removed and is not as much of the main traffic space. So two big, you know, that's one big thing to consider, two different ideas that you can look through.
Now, when you're talking about these open spaces, don't forget about natural lighting. You need lots of windows, lots of probably recessed cans to light up these open spaces.
Yes.
It's going to be something that's really going to make that space stand out. And I mean, I love this. We have the fireplace. I mean, that's where I want to sit this whole time. So
Cozy on up.
So Kayla, is this the biggest trend of 2021?
it's probably my favorite trend because I love a place like this. I wish I had something this large in my home because, I mean, who doesn't want a little station, homework station, pocket office, that great space to be able to put all of your things and still be on the main level with the family?
Now, when you're putting all these together for tech nooks, pocket offices, what are some of the big things that you see as the trend in 2021?
Well, I really would love to have more of these pocket offices that have some storage. So you definitely want a knee hole here to be able to sit down, and several of them is even better, especially if you have a couple kids that would be doing homework at the same time. But we have drawers incorporated in this one and some open shelving. Now, I love that this one has open shelving for display. You can definitely decorate it with some baskets and things like that. But if you're like me and I have a lot of clutter, I definitely want doors up here to hide away things that I don't have time to organize.
If you're looking for some ideas, if you're looking for some of the trends in 2021 when it comes to offices, pocket offices, tech nooks, whatever you want to call it, homework stations, just do us a favor and give us a call and we're more than happy to help out.
First impressions are so important when you're building a new home, and when you drive up to some of these homes, especially, it's going to knock you off your socks. We've got a front door that's 8 foot tall, and so it definitely makes a huge impression, but it doesn't look too big for this home, and the reason for that is proportion.
Absolutely. So in this home, we did 10-foot tall ceilings, and you're going to notice that you can't even hardly tell that it's 10 foot tall because of the windows and doors. We want more glass. That's a 2021 trend. All the glass that we could possibly get, and you can notice how large we did the windows. The patio doors are 8 foot tall and 8 foot wide. We even have more transoms above the patio door in the sunroom. I mean, again, glass, 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 but do it in the right way, and it really makes all the sense in the world. What I love about this house too, all the interior doors are 8 foot tall to, again, match that proportion to the 10 foot tall ceilings.
So in 2021, as you're looking through the trends that are coming your way, you're going to want to come in to talk with us. Let us go through what's important for you and make sure you're on trend.
Kayla, gone are the days when you were embarrassed to open up your closet, everything was going to fall out, or open up that pantry. Organization is one of the hottest trends of 2021.
Absolutely. You're spending more time at home, and so you want your spaces to be comfortable and organized. And if you take a look at this master closet here, I don't know what says organized better than this. And this goes for all spaces too. Master closets, pantries, garages, any sort of storage space. The storage solutions, I redid my home last year because I just wanted everything in its right spot.
And it's great because this solution is really flexible. So we are in a spectacular closet. There's a lot of hanging space. We have drawers, we have shelving, and as your needs change, you may need more or less of something. This is a really flexible system to change it up.
Absolutely. With adjustable shelves, you can do almost anything. We have the glass on the doors, we have shoe shelves, jewelry pullouts, anything you can imagine, and to top it off, we even have lit rods so you can see your clothes that much better. I don't know what gets better than this closet here. It is a dream.
I feel like I'm in a fancy retail store off of television. Also pantries, same thing. We have baskets, we have pullouts, we have shelving. So Organization is definitely in for 2021.
Come to Granite Ridge, we have them all.
Did you see the coffee bar?
I did see it. Master suites and master bedrooms have some wonderful trends this year.
I mean, this master bedroom suite, everything is just so beautiful and on trend for 2021.
We have great views. We have a big slider door leading to your outdoor living. The furniture even is on trend. We have floating nightstands. And then of course the bathroom. There's always new and exciting things when it comes to bathrooms every year, and this one is no exception. Lighting is hot. We have the under cabinet lighting. Of course we have can lighting. And then I love the chandelier in the bathroom, as well as the vanity lighting.
And just the shower material alone is fantastic. And then we have a makeup room in here, which is just right on point with everything.
We also have your separate stool room, which of course is popular, but the shower, we do a lot of tile showers. We show those a lot. This one is 3 walls of glass. It has your rain head, your accent tile. You definitely want to come out and see this bathroom.
Okay, I think this went really well today, but I will say this has got to be one of the most unique houses in the country at this point, and there are so many features, but we couldn't even highlight all of them. So what are one feature that you would say that people should come out and see in this house?
Well, Tony, I'm intrigued by the doors in this house. From the front door, and then as you come in, we've got 8-foot doors as far as the height goes, and we have a dark painted, actually almost a black door, contemporary, beautiful doors. Also the pantry door. You got to see the doors in this house.
I love the unique concrete at this house. So the driveway, the sidewalk to the front door is a unique shape. It also has some stamping accents. The patios have some staining, and then the garage floor has a specialty coating. So there's a lot of unique things when it comes to just simple concrete.
Yeah, it's all about geometry here. We've got so many different types and shapes that are all involved with this house. Trapezoid windows that bring in lots of natural light, and there are square can lights in this house that you're going to have to look at too.
It's true.
And don't forget about the first thing they say when they drive up is the elevation of the home. This one has a lot of unique roof lines, so lower slope on the roof and longer overhangs. So we're talking 2 feet overhangs off the side of the building, and we have a lot of what we call shed roof lines coming together, and it looks really sharp.
Another thing about this house is its location. This is a new area with Tullamore. This area is gorgeous, and we have many, many locations all over the Leo High School area, the Carroll High School area, the Homestead High School area. One that I'd really like you to come out and see that's very unique is a new one called Grayson Heights. That's located just north on Tonkel Road, almost to the Allen DeKalb line. These lots are gorgeous, and every lot comes with its own irrigation system, so all of the yards are going to stay gorgeous at all times.
Well, think of this. Speaking of lots, in 2021, there's a scarcity.
Yeah,
Except at Granite Ridge. We've been developing lots for a long time and have plenty. We've got 600 lots in the ground right now available, so you might want to give any of these people a call, and we're more than happy to find you that perfect location. We ran out of time, and Gerald, would you go ahead and close for us?
Absolutely. As always, guys, we want to thank you for spending part of your day with us. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about who we are, what we do, and why we do what we do so well, please just pick up the phone, give us a call, visit the website below, but even better yet, come into any one of these gorgeous front doors. We'd love to talk about building a new home for you this year. And I think since we're done, Lonnie, let me show you how this works. Alexa, that's a wrap.
Wait, that's it. Okay, that is impressive. That thing actually works.
That's all, folks.
And the Porky Pig comes out.